This is Joel Smith, 4.2. I'm reviewing Jordan Bowles' 6-week training program. His short-term goals were to increase his hamstring flexibility by 2 centimeters and to take 30 seconds off his Cooper Run 1.5 mile test. His goals that he wanted to achieve within the 6 weeks, his medium-term goals, was to be able to run 90 minutes without getting tired and fatigued, and he wanted to generate more power, about 5 miles an hour, when he shoots the ball. Week 1 for his training program, I started off with a warm-up, jog around for 8 minutes, just get the blood flowing and the muscles warm. We want to do this before any session to get the muscles pliable, which will prevent injury, because if you have cold muscles, you're more likely to pull a hamstring or pull any kind of muscle, which will result in injury and could influence in long-term injury. Also, it'll be followed by some dynamic stretches and some static stretches to loosen up the muscles and just get the blood flowing and then get the muscles warm. Then on to a leg workout. So Jordan will be doing squats, deadlifts, leg curls and calf raises. Week 1, he'll be doing 12 reps with a 75% of the 1 rep max. And there'll be 2 sets with a 6-second rest in between. This is just to get the ball rolling, just to see where he's at, how much he can lift, and just to make sure he actually can lift it. The deadlift will be with the same reps and the same weight percentage and rest intervals, and also for the leg raises. Then it'll be on to some cardiovascular work. So he'll be running for about 10 minutes at 60 to 65% of his max heart rate. This will increase his cardiovascular endurance. We want to start off slow and not straight into it, because if we push him too hard, he's just going to get fatigued much easily and he's not going to really achieve them goals. And to finish off, we've got some flexibility progress, some neuromuscular facilitation. So week 1, he'll do a 6-second contraction, followed by a 10-second assisted stretch, which will happen in your hamstrings. This can also be known as a PNF stretch. So this will increase his hamstring flexibility and increases pliability in his hamstring. That pliability will help him generate more power in a shot. Also, if your muscles are more pliable and you can stretch more, you're going to increase that elasticity in your hamstrings, which will also help increase shot power. Week 2, the warm-up will be the same, the jog around, the dynamic stretches. For the leg workout, the weights and sets, the sets will be the same, but they'll increase them 2 reps in each set. It'll be the same weight, but we're just increasing that rep just to get more muscular strength in him, which will help him later on to be able to do more weight and more reps. Will also increase his muscular endurance. His cardiovascular, he'll be running for 12 minutes this time, improving by 5% from his max heart rate. He'll be running at 65 to 70% of his max heart rate. This will help him in a match be able to last longer and run more. The hamstring flexibility, it'll be a 6-second hamstring and then repeat it more and more until you feel like you can't go anymore. And then week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6 for the leg workout, it'll be an increase in 2.5 kg in each rep, but then you'll do less reps. And then the week after, you'll do the same 2 more reps in the same weight, so increasing that endurance and muscular strength. I found that Jordan's strengths for his 6-week progress was his muscle pliability was really good to start off with. He wanted to increase by 2 centimeters. He increased by 1 centimeter in the first week, which was really, really good, because he's doing a lot of sport. His improvements, he needed to be dedicated within week 1. He said that he wasn't really dedicated, he wasn't really trying because he thought it would become easy, which it didn't. His thought coach on a Sunday league he said week 1 and 2 were poor. He couldn't run much. He could only last for about 50 minutes. He didn't really have a good shot on him. His power in his shots wasn't good. But over the weeks, he said week 3 and 4 were better. He was able to run for 60 to 70 minutes in week 3 and 4. So keep increasing his cardio each week will really help, which will benefit him, because if he's playing a Sunday League game and he's playing in a cup final and he's not able to last as long, then he's not going to have an influence in the game. And also, if he can last much longer, it means there'll be one less sub to be used. This can influence the game really quickly, because if your players are getting fatigued really, really quickly, then you're going to have to use your subs really quickly. And say in a cup final, if it went to extra time and you had no subs, then all your players might start to become fatigued, and the opposition can really take advantage of that. Also, letting your coach know how fit you are and things like that can really benefit, because then he can make a tactical sub. So if he knows when you're going to get tired by and how long you can run for, he can then get a sub to benefit you in that minute and then take you off. His competition results were good, but could have been much better. For week 1 and 2, his hamstring flexibility was good, but it could have been so much better. His shot power was poor, and his fitness was poor as well. Review of the coach. I think Jordan was reasonably okay in the first week. Yes, he could have been more dedicated, but I was impressed with his hamstring flexibility, already increasing by 1 centimetre, which is half of his goal. His Cooper run in week 1 was really poor. He only took off 10 seconds, and he wanted to take off 30 seconds. So it means he's going to have to improve 20 seconds in the next week, which is going to be really, really hard for him, especially if he's not dedicated and doesn't want to do it. We can compare this to week 3 and 4. His Cooper run, he took 30 seconds off by week 3, by the end of week 2.